Hey, howdy, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Generosity Forum. This is episode 39, how to get doTERRA into local businesses. My name is Andrew Donovan, and I'm coming to you from this beautiful spot in Camden, Maine, where Jeffrey is actually in this yoga studio. It's called Earth, Flow, and Fire Yoga, and he's teaching a yoga class, and then I'm teaching an essential oil class tomorrow evening. And this isn't the prettiest scene around me on the street, but Maine is so green. Yeah, that's you. Maine is so green right now, and in the weather, I'm actually a little bit chilly outside. It's like 71 degrees, kind of humid. It feels so good because in Utah, where we came from, it was like 102 degrees. So this is really, really lovely. By the way, you guys that are hopping on live, can you just give me a thumbs up? Let me know that you can hear me, see me okay. We're doing this a little bit later than our usual time today because I actually had some three-way builder strategy calls that I had to do earlier today, and that kind of stuff, of course, takes priority. So Alana says thumbs up, good. While I'm giving you guys just a minute to hop on here live, I want to show you something that I found in Toronto. Hey, Nicole, good to see you. So, this is from a chocolate factory that we visited in Toronto, and I actually am in contact with them now about getting them sampled some doTERRA oils because they had. I saw chocolate in your face, so I'm on. I love it. I'm gonna set this phone down for a second. So this company, it's a chocolate factory in Toronto, like a little small artisan company. And first of all, everything I tried there was sensational. But I was really excited to try these, and I saved them to enjoy with you guys so that you can experience this with me. So they had these pretty little, can you see these? This is a Douglas Fir truffle. It looks like a little mini tree. Isn't that fun? And then they had this bergamot truffle, which looked fantastic too. And obviously they're using essential oils, that's the bergamot one, to flavor these. And we have consumable essential oils, not just food grade kind that you could buy like at the grocery store. So the reason why I titled our Facebook Live today, How to Get doTERRA into Local Businesses, is because this is a question that comes up all the time. In fact, just today I've had 2 builders on my own team ask about how they can get doTERRA into like chiropractor offices or into yoga studios. For example, this one. So there are some strategies that you can use that are really, really simple, and everyone's still hopping on, so I'm going to bite into this Douglas Fir chocolate. You guys know that Douglas Fir is my #1 favorite essential oil, so I hope that this is good. It's really good. Interesting. The Douglas Fir is super, super, super subtle. I love all your guys' hearts. Do you want to try this? It's really yummy. It's very intense. It's deep. The ganache inside is really very creamy. So good. So, first of all, I'm going to walk you through a few scenarios. One, I'm going to tell you how I've gotten doTERRA into chiropractor offices, into yoga studios, and I'm going to start by telling you what I did to strike up communication about essential oils with this company. So, with this company, the chocolate company that I just found in Toronto, I don't have any relationship with them at all. I mean, I literally was visiting some friends for the weekend. We walked into this chocolate factory and I bought $100 worth of their chocolates and thought to myself, they should be using doTERRA in these chocolates, not whatever other things they're using to flavor these. So because I didn't have the right person to talk to, you want to talk to the right person. So what I did is I sent an email in, and I have this formula that I use, and this formula works really, really well. #1, you start with a compliment. So the compliment can be something like, in this situation, I wrote them and I said, hey, first, I love your chocolates. I'm visiting for the weekend. I bought $100 worth of your stuff. Everything was sensational. It was so delicious. Then #2, you tell them what you do. So I said, so I'm writing you because I actually teach plant-based medicine with medicinal/food grade essential oils. And I know that you're most likely using essential oils to flavor like your bergamot and your Douglas Fir truffles. And so that's #2. I told them what I do. #3, you tell them what you're offering. So what I said is, what I'd like to do in this situation is I said, I would love to send you some of the essential oils that I've used in different food concoctions, including with chocolate, that people just go nuts over. And then #4, you tell them what they get out of it. And if it's something that really resonates with you, then this could add a whole new line of chocolates and get your essential or your chocolate lovers just coming back to your shop for more and more. So that's basically what I said in my email. I just sent it off today, so I'll have to give you guys an update on what the response is. But that kind of approach has worked really well for me in a number of situations. So when I was early on in dōTERRA, Jeffrey and I, we moved out to Southern California just for our first 3 months of dōTERRA because our upline, Jeanette Franson, was in Southern California. And we wanted to kind of be in the same territory as our upline. So you don't have to do that, by the way. And that's, you don't have to do that. But since I didn't have a ton of warm market in Southern California, and I didn't have, back then I had no idea how to tap into my warm market. So I totally wasted a lot of my warm market when I was new because I wasn't educated the way some of you guys are now. So what I did instead is I went to local businesses to get dōTERRA into businesses, and it worked really well. So there's, for example, there were multiple chiropractor offices that I got dōTERRA into, and my approach was the same 4-step formula. I would call up a chiropractor office and say, hey, first I'd get on the phone with the right person. I'd say, can I talk to your office manager? And I would say, I'm looking at different chiropractic spaces, and I see that your space is really cool. I love your guys' aesthetics. I like the messaging behind all of your services. It looks like something that people would really jump in alignment with. And then two, I tell them what I do. So I actually teach plant-based medicine classes with essential oils, and I'm looking for a couple of really good spaces in Los Angeles where I could teach some classes. And three, what you're offering. So if your space looks so amazing, I just thought that would probably be a really cool space to teach some oil classes and get a bunch of people into the room and for what they get out of it. And I was wondering if you guys ever open up your space to something like that, because it's a great way to get your customers back into the door, create a sense of community so that people want to hang out in your office, and so they see it as a place where they can come for multiple needs, you know, chiropractic and other things too. Is that something you guys are ever open to? And that's what I say. So yeah, Nicole says simple and effective, and it worked over and over and over again. I did it with holistic dentists, I did it with chiropractors, I did it with yoga studios. I never did it with a juice bar, surprisingly enough, but I have teammates that have done it with juice bars too, and it's the same principle over and over and over again. So one of my builders, who's a total rock star in Miami, she's a stud, and she's looking for how she can get more exposure to larger bodies of people. And one of the reasons why it's really smart to tap into local businesses is because you guys know that the most effective, quickest builders in dōTERRA are the ones that have social influence, because they already have a built-in audience and their audience listens to them, right? Well, local businesses meet that. They already have social influence, they already have a built-in audience. And so it's really smart to get out of your warm market and spend some time in other people's warm markets. So what my lady Deb in Miami is doing is she's actually starting to go out to different yoga studios. So an example is she just got a Groupon for a studio that's near her home, and it's a studio she hasn't been to today. So she redeemed her Groupon, signed up for the class this evening. It's tonight, actually. I'm really excited for her. And she's prepared a few samples. She has the main 5 samples ready to go. So digestion, peppermint, wild orange or tangerine, deep blue, and lavender. And basically every acute symptom that you would sample fits into one of those oils. You know, like someone has, I'm going to say a lot of non-compliant stuff really fast. Don't tell anybody. Someone has anxiety, lavender. Somebody has low energy, wild orange or peppermint. Somebody has pain and inflammation of any sort, deep blue or peppermint. So someone has digestive issues, digestion, right? So all of the main things that people could be sampled, she's got one of those 5 will be a good option to start off with. And Tara's laughing at my non-compliance. And so what she's doing is she's going to go take the class tonight, and then afterwards she's going to go meet the studio owner, and she's going to do that formula. She's going to give them a compliment, tell them she loved the class, the instructor did a great job. She's going to tell them that she teaches essential oil classes and that she's looking for a couple of studios that would be really good spots to host a class. And she's going to tell them what she's offering, what her class would look like, and what the studio gets out of it. And so then the reason why she's got the samples is because if she can help the yoga studio owner or manager, whoever she talks to tonight, if she can help them fall in love with essential oils, of course they're going to want her to come teach a class and sample all of her people. Does that make sense to you guys? Another approach that you can do is one time we did this with a gym. Actually, we've done it with a couple of gyms, where we go to the gym and you just ask the gym owner or the manager, you say, hey, I am wondering if you ever let local vendors come and set up, because I teach plant-based medicine and it's so effective for people that are lifting weights, that are trying to lose weight, people that have muscle or joint injuries, connective tissue problems, because plant-based medicine can help with the pain and the inflammation. And then you tell them what you're offering. I go to gyms and I set up at a little table and just kind of love on the gym attendees and let people rub good feeling things on their sore joints and muscles. And it's just a lot of fun, but it also adds value to your gym because your gym has another offering. Was that something you guys be open to? And so we've just sat at a gym for a few hours at a time and we just deep blue everybody that comes by, and then we use that as our opportunity to sample them and then invite them to classes, whether it's at the gym or somewhere else locally. Does that make sense? So Angela says thumbs up. So you guys, what questions do you have about getting dōTERRA into local businesses? You got my 4-step formula, right? Just to review for those of you guys that are hopping on new. Offer a compliment, tell them what you do, tell them what you're offering them, and tell them what they get out of it. And that the first and the fourth things those are the most important ones, the compliment and what they get out of it. That's all they really care about, just so that we're clear. You guys, I've even done this with massage places. Once I took a trip to Phoenix, Arizona, where I had no warm market, and I wanted to introduce dōTERRA there. So what I did is I just cold called massage places, and because I'm an aromatouch certified. I'm aromatouch certified. That's what I'm trying to say. I would walk in and I'd get the right person. I would ask for the office manager, and this was my pitch, and it worked so well. I was delighted to see how well this worked. I gave them a compliment about how beautiful their space was, and I told them, so I offer a really unique complement to massage therapy. It's called aromatouch, and it's a clinical application of essential oils, and it addresses 4 major things. It addresses, and I told them the 4 things, and I said the non-compliant version, not the new compliant version that everyone uses now. So I told them it helps with pain and inflammation, it helps with the immune response, it helps with toxicity overload, and it helps with reinstating homeostasis, those 4 things. And it's a really powerful way to differentiate yourself from other massage places and add more value to your menu for your clients. And I would love to gift you a complimentary aromatouch session. Do you have some time today? And they always said yes, every single one. They're like, this is what they would usually do. They would say, thank you for thinking of me. And they would just act like it was this nicest favor that that I thought of them instead of somebody else. And so it was very effective. And then I'd go in, I'd do an aromatouch thing, and I'm trying to think, that Phoenix trip, I did that 4 times, and 3 of the 4 enrolled with me right then and there. They were really excited to get an aromatouch kit themselves, and then I told them how to go onto the aromatouch website and find the next upcoming certification that was in their local area. So that was a pretty good strategy too. So you guys can, while you've got me on here live, do you have any questions about how to get dōTERRA into local businesses? You guys realize something. Sometimes I think we're scared of approaching local businesses because you think that they already have everything figured out and they wouldn't want to be bothered by your little oil get up. And that's not the case. Local businesses are always looking for how to expand their reach. They're always looking for how to add more value to their menu. They're looking for how to get more people through their doors. They're looking for how to keep people inside their doors. So like when I called up some holistic dentists when I was in Los Angeles, you guys, that might be kind of weird to some of you, but it's not weird to me because plant-based medicine is a wonderful complement to holistic dentistry. And this holistic dentist, her name was Dr. Nazrati, the first one that I got to host classes for me. I just told her, I said, I teach plant-based medicine classes. I know you're a holistic dentist and it's a great compliment. And I'm looking for some really charming office spaces where I could teach some free classes. And it would be a great way to get more students through your door so they have more exposure to your dental practice and it keeps them in your space longer. And she thought that was a great idea. So she had me come teach a number of classes in her dentist's office, and I got a whole bunch of enrollments out of it. It was awesome. So she was looking for ways to get more people into her space, and of course she marketed it to her own audience. And even though it's her list, she still wants to market more valuable things to them because she wants them hanging out in her practice more, right? Not to mention the fact that anyone that came to her class would likely bring a family member or a friend, and that's a new person that's exposed to her holistic dental practice. So do you see why it's such a big win for her? Even if the studio doesn't sign up for dōTERRA themselves, even if the dentist doesn't sign up, sometimes you guys think that the only way to win is if they sign up. That's not true. I mean, even if they just let you teach 2 classes in their space and you enroll their clientele and added more value to them, that's a win for them. Okay, let's see here. Vanessa says, do they mention no soliciting when you go to businesses? Sometimes, Vanessa, and when that's the case, I just say, oh, thank you so much for pointing that out, and you leave. So, I'm assuming you're asking that on behalf of all the many people who'd be really scared of being told no. That's a normal thing to be nervous about. It's not a big deal though. If someone says we don't accept solicitations, then you just thank them for their time and head your merry way, right? Or you say, or you ask for referrals. You say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't even see this sign. Who should I be talking to about this? Because I know that there's a lot of massage places that really are looking to add more valuable things to their menu. Do you have any suggestions? You could do that. And then they might be like, well, okay, what do you have? Okay, let's see. Allison says, what if you already approached someone because you live in a small town and you want to approach again because it's been a few months? Any suggestions? Oh, well, Allison, first of all, did you talk to the right person the first time? That's the first thing I'd check. You know, because sometimes you might talk to the front desk person and they're not a decision maker for the business, and maybe they didn't even pass on your message properly. So one, if you didn't talk to the right person, then it's easy. Go back to the business and ask for the office manager or the owner, or ask when they're going to be there. And you guys, if you have to go back 3 times, that's fine. You want to talk to the right person, right? Let's see, other things that you could do if you have already talked to the right person and it didn't really go anywhere. You could offer something new. Novelty is a really big deal. So you could have a new class that you're really excited to teach. So you could go back and you could say, I know that we spoke a few months ago and I was just thinking about you because I have a brand new emotions and essential oil class, and I thought that might be a great fit for your space. And then you do the little 4-step thing that I gave you. So offering some novelty, that could be really great. Or offering new products. You know, we have the new yoga line, or we've got Copaiba. So if it's a chiropractor office, Copaiba plus Deep Blue, amazing combo. And you could take the new products and say, I was just thinking about you because I was doing some research on this new essential oil that is a smash hit in lots of chiropractic offices. So that's a really good question, Allison. Oh, Nicole says brilliant. Cool. All right, well, you guys, if that's all that you have to ask, I'm going to bite this little bergamot chocolate in front of you. And see if this is good. Oh, it tastes way more. I think they left the Douglas Fir flavoring out of that other chocolate because it didn't really taste like Douglas Fir. This totally tastes like bergamot. It's really good. So, you guys should go to Soma Chocolate Maker in Toronto. Can you see that? Vanessa says, do you leave samples with them? Vanessa, I'm so glad you asked this. You guys, I am so adamant about effective sampling that I would only ever sample if it were effective sampling. You guys know what I'm talking about? Elise Chedevy teaches it a very specific way. In my 7 steps to residual income, I teach it the exact same specific way. So, and I've even posted my effective sampling flowchart that I mapped out after Elise taught me how to sample properly. You guys, you can waste a lot of time and you can waste money by doing this the wrong way. I would never go into a place and drop off samples and say, here's my business card. That would be my way of saying, I'm too scared and irresponsible to do this the right way. Basically, that's what I call hope marketing, and it's an absolute waste of your time. In fact, when my team members come and say, should I make business cards? I'm like, if you're going to use business cards as an excuse to not properly follow up, no, you should not make business cards. If you're making business, do you get what I'm saying? So what a lot of you guys are going to do is you're going to go to the local chiropractic office and you're going to drop off some samples to the front desk girl and you're going to say, yeah, would you give these to the owner, and here's my card. And then you're going to say, thanks so much for your time, and you're going to go home and you're going to check off in your dōTERRA weekly to-do list and say, I'm so accomplished, I shared samples. You wasted samples is what you did, okay? Because the proper way to sample is you talk to the right person and you say, well, I would love to give you a sample. Tell me, what are some of your health challenges? and they tell you, oh, I have a knee that's giving me a lot of trouble. And you say, I've got just the thing, and then you set it up, you give them a sample, you tell them how to use it, what to expect, and then you tell them you're gonna call in 2 days and find out how it works for them. And that's how you do it, okay? Let's see, Vanessa says, a lot of times I've used that flowchart and it does work. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, you're so welcome, Vanessa. I'm glad you asked that. So you guys do not go dump off samples in a stupid business card and then leave. Do it the right way, because when you do it the right way, it always works, all right? Let's see, Alana says, my husband's a chiro. The samples wouldn't even get to him, just saying, right? Face-to-face is where it's at. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and you guys, just so you know, another thing to remember is that a lot of these businesses, chiropractic offices, almost always sell additional products. It's not just the service. So sometimes I think you might feel funny approaching a business with a new product line. You guys, that's so normal for them. I mean, juice bars don't just sell juice, they sell swag, they sell thermo cups and, you know, thermo cup, whatever things for the juicing. They sell recyclable straws, they sell protein bars and extra, you know, vitamin mixes and all kinds of things. So they're used to having additional products in their product line. Jeffrey's stealing these chocolates, you guys. All right, time to run. Share this with your friends and your other team members that need to learn this. This is so important to get out of your warm market and get exposure to other people's warm markets, and where they've got existing credibility, an existing audience, people that already turn to them as the authority, okay? Oh, sorry, I keep trying to end this Facebook Live and then you guys send questions. Emmy Lou says, what about follow-up after a purchase? Emmy, do you mean after their clients purchase from you, or do you mean after the business purchases from you? So here, I'll just address both of those. So if the chiropractic office or the holistic dentist enrolls, well, then it's time to set up a plan for what you're going to do with them. Do they want to host a monthly class for 4 months and have you come teach the class in their office and have those people go in their downline? And if so, then you need to train their front desk person on how to manage the downline and how to manage the business going forward, right? You got to get creative about how to start building an actual downline with proper legs and proper committed and capable builders underneath the business, okay? If you're talking about following up with the customers, their clients that enrolled from your class, it depends on the setup. So, like, for example, this yoga studio, I have a class here tomorrow night. They're not enrolled, and they don't seem to be really interested in enrolling. So it's really that I'm just bringing value to the studio and getting more people to their door, getting more people involved with their studio. And so then I'll take those enrollments and I will do the follow-up, because I'll enroll them where I need them on my team, because I'm going to be the one working with them. If they had wanted to enroll themselves, then that would be a different story. We need to make sure that someone is the wellness advocate, you know, because the business isn't the wellness advocate. We've got to have a human that's the actual person in charge, whether it's the owner or the manager or someone that wants to have that be their project and that they're committed to. So really good question, Emmy Lou. So it just depends who does the follow-up, depends on how you're structuring the relationship with the business. All right, okay, you guys, any other questions, write them in the comments. I'll hop on later and keep answering questions. Share this in your Facebook groups, in your teams, and we'll see you next time in our next Facebook Live. Bye, everyone.